There's going to be a nice little bit of influx of cash, whatever it is. A win here might still be enough to go celebrating tonight. Go for a hot pot place, which I'm still very jealous of that they have. Dude, I googled it yesterday, by the way, where the next hot pot place is around. I have to drive like 60 miles to get there. Would be quite the investment.
Mr. Remo, if I could advise you to instead visit Uncle Willie's and go for, like, I don't know, sausages and potato salad instead. Is that something that sounds good to you?
Uncle Willie's on set, unfortunately, doesn't have food. They have an amazing place. They don't have food, though. To be honest, they also have very bad wine. But the vibe, Neo. The vibe is amazing.
The vibe. Well, what's the vibe in our game for third here? Both players are extremely strong in this matchup. FoCuS was able to take down Happy in the group stage. 1-0 known for many, many years to be a strong anti-orc player. Wonder how the games will look different. FoCuS, of course, with a little bit of an upside that he probably practiced the past 24 hours for the undead matchup. For 1-0, I think the orc matchup was the least of his worries.
Yeah, maybe that's reflected in the creep route right now. I wouldn't say it's the best creep route we've ever seen by an undead player. He's stuck on level 1 for a long while, which I'm sure FoCuS loves to see. Gets the Acolyte kill, tech cancelled. Oh, 1-0 is looking a bit triggered, bro.
Yeah, there was also no break between his demolition in the semifinal and this game right now. So mentally extremely hard to bring the A game, especially when something is not clicking. But I'm pretty sure Orgas might have asked if he wants a break, and he probably said no, let's get over with it. Not an ideal early 4-1-0, especially when the orc tech is this fast as it is for FoCuS.
Oh my god, last hit stolen.
Oh my god.
No level 2. Oh, this is so bad.
It's terrible for 1-0.
This is so bad for 1-0. Ooh.
Yeah, you know, you might need some good Coil Novas to recover from this. FoCuS is done with the tier 2. Got the circle, that is nice. Still has mana. Okay, but yeah. This also goes to show how strong Happy's early games were, right? On this stage, he was level 3 and putting pressure onto FoCuS, who couldn't respond to this. This looks very convenient for FoCuS so far.
Baiting with the ghoul. A Blade Master kill, and all of a sudden, everything is made up for. FoCuS, of course, paying attention to the first hero, Samuro. I think that is canonically the main Blade Master's name, right? Isn't that the guy from Heroes of the Storm?
I know zilch about Heroes of the Storm. If you were a Blade Master, would you call yourself Reimuro?
Selflessly, I have to say, Samuro is a better name. Especially for a Japanese Blade Master.
Well, well. We get claws, gloves, not bad. Wyvern, of course, coming in for lots of creeping. And tempo, which, you know, FoCuS needs. You got a good early game. Blade Master still level 1.
You know, for how terrible this early looked, actually 1-0 is recovering really well. This last hit right here would be the level 3. A well-timed hex might be necessary. That prevents... Oh, he is anticipating the coil last hit. DK still about to hit that level up here, it seems.
And we got many coil hexes to work with, like this one. Blade, sword isn't sharp enough. Good coil. Seems like 1-0 is catching his breath a little bit and is maneuvering better here. But now the Wyvern are coming in and the coils are empty.
One ghoul gonna go down here. Looks like 2 gonna be falling. Good denies, though. All right, 1-0. Starting to wake up in this game 1. The first few minutes were kind of a disaster. He still doesn't have level 3, so that's annoying. And the mana's gone. That ain't great. But he's got some good experience still.
Okay. Good heal potion on the Blade might be necessary. Skeleton block, lovely. Forces the Blade Master into Windwalk. And it's not too much to catch right now for that level 3. Like, a coil is not strong enough. Wyvern presence is lovely in the absence of a Lich, which is, of course, all a result of that one Acolyte going down and that tech cancelled.
Yep. Economically, I think we still see the ripple effect, the pain from the early stage. He's not even trying to get level 3. Just needs one recap.
Well, maybe he thinks he's gonna get that eventually anyway. With this turtle, maybe. Coil for the goal, for the kill. Lich is out as well with Nova. This is still everybody's game, depending on the execution.
FoCuS here with Hex creeping, continuing to try to find big items. Blade Master got some real good items already, but not the big permanent ones yet. We would love some Klaus +8. We would love some Quel'Thalas. There's still a decent chance to find some of those.
For now, everything seems fine for FoCuS. He got an idle peon there for a second. Unacceptable. Supply lead, FoCuS, levels are looking good for both. Lich is well equipped. We go for the lab. And 1-2-0. Interesting how he's not going 1-2-0. Happy's route, right? It is Fiends for him.
Yeah, Fiend's probably a lot better in the end game, but a lot worse at controlling the mid-game tempo and creep game, I'd say. Got a tower already coming up against Wyvern Harass, but there's a big opening in the bag where that tower can't reach. Ooh, another Acolyte kill.
Oh, that's not great. Also the ghoul, yeah, that is the gap you were talking about. Huge opportunity, and now if only you had a Garg.
Another Acolyte. This is becoming pretty damn expensive.
And this also, with you, if you play Fiends, this opens up the battlefield for the TC, right? These stomps against Fiends and Ghouls will be so deadly. Doesn't even matter if you can creep this much. It's just, I love to see a wild cow.
Another Acolyte went down, by the way. It's 4 Acolyte kills total this game. 1-0 right now, stuck at 40 supply.
That's crazy. He's not even getting to up to 50. Yeah, this is a building position era that is opening up some dirty Wyvern play, and I love how FoCuS is leaning into this.
This is such a painful game for 1-2-0. Any undead who ever played ladder is very familiar with this feeling. It is very, very annoying. Yeah, ideally you want to be chopping down enough trees to place a ziggurat right behind the gold mine. Basically, when you go from the Black Citadel, you draw a line to the gold mine, and then behind that, boom, you put the net up there, or the spirit tower there, rather. And then this doesn't happen, but it's very easy to forget.
That's right. Rope for the Shadowhunter, claws, and slippers for the blade. Where were these items in the semi-final of FoCuS versus Happy? A little bit unlucky in that regard. Now we're going to see some big red numbers. Level-wise, though, 1-2-0 is getting there. 4-3, not bad. Big mana, good. Big invuln against this combo, also awesome. And FoCuS is not phased by this at all. Going for the red spot. 1-2-0, smelling that though.
Okay, creep jack, chance. 1-2-0 sells the big invoke potion. Seems like he doesn't need it. He does have indeed very, very good consumables. Double level up. That's great for FoCuS as well. Big item for him. Not useful. The TC aura he already had. He's going to lose one of those Wyvern. But already is on the escape. Oh, he's got Torrents coming. Yo, Wyvern into Torrents. Let's go.
Oh my god. These poor fiends. What can you do? There's the Chieftain. There's the Torrent. Pulverized Kodos. Yeah, this looks very strong.
Yeah, Torrents are so good against Unlit because they're really good against Ghouls and against Fiends and against Heroes. Just against Destroyers, obviously, they can't do anything. So if you have Torrents and some anti-air, I think that's the ultimate late-game army for you.
Looks like it. Also, with this, you can go Spirit Link on Wyvern, who are usually super fragile. With Spirit Link, they're not anymore. Can be dispelled, of course, but you want to dispel Hex as well. So this ain't easy. FoCuS is going exactly that path, putting on a show for the fans.
Banshee transition coming slowly. Banshee possession used to be insane against Torrents. but of course that does not work anymore.
Yeah. How often I used that on ladder, and now that's not possible anymore. It's a pain train against these orcs, I gotta say. But that is, of course, definite lack of skills that these players surely don't have. Blade Master can continue creeping. Blade Master already has a tiny Great Hall. Good map awareness and matchup awareness by 120, positioning himself right there where the tiny is supposed to be throwing.
Right. If he places it without seeing the under, that would have been really bad.
No.
Okay.
You know, FoCuS is playing with his eyes open, you know? He's not making these mistakes.
I've seen this happen before.
Wow!
It was very funny.
It was very funny. It happens to the best. 120 also kicked Lin's expansion once that way, I remember. Might have been the Ting Invitational. Long time ago. Long
Almost
time
no
ago.
creeps left on the map, by the way. Got a lot of experience gained for these heroes from the creep camps. Dark Ranger's looking well equipped. Same for the Lich. Lich is looking actually crazy good. DK got some good consumables. Looks like all heroes got some pretty good items, except for the TC.
Yep, a ring might be sweet. He got one ring through the nose. But he needs a ring of protection to help him out. I'm looking forward to these crits, man. We got a crit 2 already. Love that skill build. Moved away from harassing quite a long time ago. We got Ensnare as well for more control. We got Torrent to tank and AoE. We got Kodos to eat a little bit. Dude, this is very close to a perfect army for FoCuS.
Yeah, we're getting there. Normally we say, oh, he needs level 4 Blade Master still, but no, not really. Dude, he has so much damage. Jesus Christ.
I wonder if you miss a pulverize hit, does the pulverize still go through?
I got no idea.
Chat, help us out. This is such a beautiful defensive position. I also love how orcs are realizing the role of a raider way more the past couple of months. I think they are a support unit, not a fighting unit, except maybe against dryads. So having one Ensnare here is so good.
Rules versus Pulverize.
Oh my
Have
God.
fun, buddy.
Oh my god, oh my god, that lich! Info potion immediately, the Hex was quite nice. Destroyer Fiend shots take care of one of these Tauren, but yeah, there's 2 more.
To be honest, the Taurens are dying fairly fast. Oh, big Info Potion though. Huge stomp. Blade Master doing damage in the back. 237 crit, no miss there. Lich trouble again. And dead. And GG.
Jesus. It was so one-sided. Holy shit. No chance for 1-0. Aim for effort, I guess. Trying to get back into the game.
But yeah, if you get TC to good levels, he's really good with the Stomp to control the Fiends. Blade Master and Berserkers put in the damage. That's the ideal scenario. But you have to get ready fast, because the Head Fiend build, while it's kind of slow at the start, gets very strong when hitting tier 3 and 50 supply.
Thankfully, there's a lot of camps here to creep for FoCuS. Goes to the shop, goes for harass. First camp taken, but yeah, far, far, far away from level 2. Everybody always wants the sea elemental, and it always gets contested, and it oftentimes gets stolen. A little bit risky here. Happy was able to take this with lots and lots of ghouls, but of course, if you play Tet Fiends, you don't have extra ghouls.
Oh, we got a barracks. Yeah, FoCuS knows there's no ghouls on the map. That's very sus. So, by process of elimination, he knows that it has to be Tet Fiends.
Sus, huh? You're playing a little Among Us recently.
I hate that game. I hate that game.
You ever
Dude,
played it?
I one time played that game with Hitman, and he was accusing me of being the murderer, and I wasn't. And all those idiots believed him, and I was yelling at everybody. I was like, how dare you? The fact that you have to lie in that game. Lying is a necessity. I hate it. Hate it.
Well, that's kind of funny. You think yelling in an argument about that is the right way to go?
Yeah. I mean, everyone was yelling. Everyone was yelling. This is how it goes.
Was it Hitman then eventually?
Of course he was the murderer. Piece of shit. Of course he is. I mean, why do you even have to ask?
Would love a recording of that.
Very low level game so far. DK. If you're going for DK creeping at the start, shouldn't you go for the lab, by the way? It's also easy to creep just with skellies.
Yeah, you got a wild affection with this elemental in the middle. So far, nothing crazy happening. FoCuS also not producing after finishing that barracks. It is Beastery afterwards. FoCuS has also played this very old school 2010 style of Orc vs Undead with Blade Master Shadowhunter TC, Headhunter Raider Kodo. And I wouldn't mind seeing that here. A little blast from the past.
I think if nobody's creeping at the start, that's quite good for the Orc, despite them being so reliant on levels. Because when Shadowhunter comes out, the Blade and the Shadow can creep very well together. Especially with Headhunters. Oh, Coil on cooldown? No way. Is he gonna get a Fiend kill with a Blade solo?
Oops. Dude, I swear.
I want to 0 again.
This Water Elemental spot is cursed. It's like, this is a crazy graveyard here with so many units falling. I don't even know if it's worth it. It's like a tiny little item. It's a tiny bit of XP. Just skip it, go somewhere else.
Yeah, and what he got for it was a ring.
A
Great.
ring. Yeah. Doesn't save the Fiend.
Nope. Sure didn't.
Helps later, though.
We're quickly moving to the tier 3 late game phase, where FoCuS has a huge tech lead, by the way. My lord, that's a full minute almost.
Yeah,
This is going to mean very fast TC third, very fast triple hero creeping. I like that for the Orc.
Indeed, we go Kodos very early on with the Headhunters. Good creep speed. Lich underleveled, DK underleveled, and yeah, usually with Tet Fiends you want that timing push. I'm not sure if there's a position for 1-2-0 to do critical damage here to the Orc.
Nope. Carnova is a danger, but also Hex focus on the Death Knight. Now the rings are really good.
Yep, he always has this forward DK position. Uh-oh, rings don't do much when you're hexed. But less card control. There's another hex. Can he reach? Acolyte block is actually helping. Headhunter's being attacked as well. Coil ready. And no more hex, so he doesn't have to fear too much. Oh, Kodo goes for a little snack. 1-0. Show your Fiend, Micro.
Good saves pretty much everywhere, by the way. Headhunter survived in the main on low HP. The second one might survive as well. Fiends saved. Devour avoided.
Crises averted. Lich still chasing this one Headhunter. Come on. For the mental. Come on, get it.
Dude, maybe the Acolyte can kill both.
That'd be funny. Lich is diving deep. He really wants this.
The DK is pretty far away.
And snare.
Oh, Berserker training finishes! No, you gotta be kidding me. He is gonna get one.
This Lich is so... There's End Snare. There's soon Hex. He's so dead.
1-0 is looking a bit triggered, I gotta say.
He really, really, really wanted that Headhunter, and you know, eventually you got it.
Nice, got him. Got him.
Sometimes it's about like sending a message, you know?
Okay, Joker.
I am quite funny, I gotta admit.
DK at least is gonna hit level 3 here. Good experience from the middle. Also FoCuS though going for the big middle camp. This camp here is great for experience. Gives a big item as well. Gives double tomes, by the way. Agitome. +2!
Resulting in a sick 86 critical strike. Statue coming in with a nice last hit. Ring of the Archmage, kinda nice. DK Illusion Scouting. Lich is back as well, was only level 1. Destroyer upgrade coming in now. Good retreat by FoCuS, not giving 1-0 any moments here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Lich is level 1 right now. Not perhaps what we would call ideal. Nova a bit too late. Yeah, buddy, I don't know if you want to fight without Frost Armor. That might not be the best idea.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that is indeed a good point. It needs level 2. He's not really close. Blade Master also very underleveled on a big map like this. Without Wyvern and without Hex,
Forces are under attack.
is creep speed for orcs is very slow.
Speed scroll, now they're fast. Big item picked up by the Death Knight, Ring of the Archmagi, quite nice. Here's the Ensnare. And there's no Frost Armor.
Oh my god, this is the recipe for disaster. You gotta get out. What are you trying to accomplish? He's going for the SH? That doesn't work. FoCuS still plays to the best of his abilities. The Stomp is lovely. Blade is safe. Shadowhunter is a bit low on mana.
Yeah, Stomp was way too late, actually. He had the perfect Stomp position there next to 4 Fiends and didn't Stomp. That was a pretty big mistake. Doesn't have a Dust either. That's another mistake. FoCuS missing some opportunities here because of negligence. But hey, so that's triple hero. Just need some more levels.
A good horse only jumps as high as it has to.
A good whore does what?
Horse! I'm not talking about your mom.
Okay, dude. Uncalled for. Jesus Christ. I see isolation is not treating you well.
No. We level a little bit. We got a very tanky DK, which I always think for 1-2-0 is quite nice, as his DK is always far forward. Where are you in this argument? I always talk about, like, 1-2-0's DK is always in the front row, right? Is that on purpose to soak up damage with the DK, or is that just a movement bug that he can't fix?
I would say it depends on how much HP and items you have. If you have full HP with tank items, I think it's totally fine. So I think with this DK, you should be in the front. Of course, when you take a couple of hits and then you have HP, then you want to fall back. Plus 12. Ooh, that's a great item right here. TC, by the way, also got the Medallion of Courage. That was very good. Pendant of Energy. Holy shit, this TC has a lot of mana suddenly.
Oh, yeah. He's looking... Oh, he's also pretty tanky with that HP. Shadowhunter a bit naked. Not too many spots left on the map. Bottom right-hand side has some still left. We got Temple of the Damned once again, and we're straight into a Torrent Totem. So Banshees coming, Walkers coming, maybe even the Torrent again.
Torrents here would be phenomenal. Torrents, in my opinion, always a perfect fit for Orc army, as long as you also have some anti-air, which this game certainly do. Late Master items, not the greatest, really.
Nope. We've seen under-equipped Blade Masters in the series was happy. He was still able to get 250 crits out, but that was level 5. We are not even remotely close to level 5. TC level 3, though. Nicely well-rounded army. Good stomps, heal scroll, invuln. FoCuS is ready. Anticipating this push, maybe. Got the fortified armor for the burrow, so the destroyer push won't do that much.
No repair here on the burrow. We got a lot of Skelly boys, by the way. A couple of them expiring, but still a bunch left over. FoCuS needs to properly group. Doesn't have an invuln to break the silence, which is kind of annoying.
Oh, that's right. It's level 2 Stomp. He still gets it through as there was no silence. And 1-0 gets out of there ASAP. FoCuS in the meantime thinks, you know, I got a little bit of gold, but what's even better is more gold. And there's a gold mine very close to my main. So let's fortify this a little bit. I still got some good inventory. And boom, tiny Great Hall. This is gonna be insanely hard for 1-0 to crack. He got lots of gold. Needs to build a bigger army and punish this immediately.
FoCuS now not so high on gold and quite low on lumber as well. Torrents very lumber heavy, 100 apiece. But he's making some peons already. I like that. Rounding out the 50 supply with peons. And now we got the expansion mining. I think FoCuS should waste no time here going into upkeep.
I agree. Waiting for the peon. Here comes the Torrent. 5 supply immediately. Now he's out of resources, but he got the 2 towers up. The base is super sturdy with the burrows and the cement as well. And 1-0 is on a timer and he knows it. And it's a long travel road for the reinforcements to reach the north.
Would love to see a shop here behind the towers. That would be super cool. FoCuS spending the money on more Taurens. Hell yeah.
Mr. Blackmire saying, if you miss a pulverize, it should be effectively useless. That's how it is with Tidehunter in Dota. Dota 1 or Dota 2? You're old school. You're probably talking Dota 1. Oh, interesting. Gotta do some research on that. 120, we gotta see your brilliant Fiend micro if you want to stand a chance here.
First Fiend goes down immediately. The Torrents being focused quickly. We do have improved Pulverize. We have Banshees as well. The Curse here could do wonders. TC, by the way, still so much mana. He's silenced right now, waiting for that to wear off. Frontline units for the Orc going down pretty quickly, but the heroes are standing tall.
Ooh, that focus fire on the Headhunters is looking tremendous. One skeleton after the next. The clean Fiend Dark Ranger Lich focus is looking hella good. Nova very disruptive. And this TC doesn't have the impact without the Invo Potion. Miss against the crit. That Storm way too late. FoCuS still having a chance though, if he can stay in this fight.
Blade in the back, doesn't get the kill there. FoCuS a little bit sloppy. Kodo didn't devour, didn't walk back, didn't use the dust fast enough, and maybe most importantly, didn't pull back into the towers. Why didn't you pull back into the towers, FoCuS? He's out of heal wave mana right now.
Yeah, but no heal scroll anymore either. If he wants to salvage this with hero focus, there's invulns. TC about to hit the deck with the beautiful Coil Nova. Blade Master also dying. Double kill for 120, the first map win of the day for the player that came in thriving for the championship with a disaster on game 1 here in the game for third. At least can show one great fight here on Championship Sunday, and still all the chances in the world to get the bronze medal.
Is it still all covered in snow where you are?
Hell yeah.
Dude, it's so crazy. I hear that from so many people, and here it's just 0 snow.
Dude, I think a couple of days ago it was minus 10 degrees. I can't remember when Hamburg ever had minus 10 degrees.
Yeah, here it's like 10 positive, almost 7 positive.
Time for
It
the
is a
shorty
winter
pants.
wonderland. And it's a Fazir, by the way. Maybe we should talk about the game a little bit. Oh, Surround! Yo! Wolf summons Surround. Opens it up, though.
It's a double surround.
Fazir might be in trouble as well.
Game of chicken. FoCuS is the chicken. Bok bok.
Oh!
That troll. Oh, that was so close. It's a fun early game.
Straight Fazir Headhunter play is what we're seeing here.
A player's forces are under
Do you
attack.
want my opinion on this strategy, or is that clear?
I have no idea what it is, Neo. Please tell me.
Well, it's not the highest of opinions that I could have. I can tell you
Is
that
that
much.
so?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh. Interesting. Interesting.
You know, I would kind of like it if he's transitioning into Wyvern after baiting 120 into a Dark Ranger second.
Yeah. We've seen that sometimes before. I think that's the main reason why you don't want to do this anymore. Show the Dark Ranger too early.
Yeah, that can get hard countered quite a bit. FoCuS putting a lot of effort into killing that Scout Acolyte, indicating that he's up to something.
A player's forces are under attack.
Fazir here on low HP, a little bit afraid. Gonna need to get some healing in finally. Shadowhunter second should be coming up next. Harder to tell what 120 is gonna go for. I would seriously suggest a Lich because, like you pointed out, otherwise the Wyvern might be a big problem.
Well, if he wants to go for tempo, Dark Ranger surely is a play. He's maneuvering towards the middle with one skeleton. I think the path is clear.
Yeah, going for these little brawls without Unholy Aura doesn't feel great as the Undead.
A player's
Fiends
forces
without
are under attack.
Unholy Aura, they feel very sluggish. They feel like they're walking around in the first gear. Unholy Aura, second gear.
Would be nice to kick into that second gear for sure. Now FoCuS knows that it's Dark Ranger, and the reaction has to be Wyvern.
Committed to 5 headhunters so far. He's gonna have to go tier 3 regardless. So he wants to do that first.
Again,
FoCuS is going for the item before the Shadowhunters here. That seems pretty dangerous. Gets the last hit, but not the item. Dark
There goes
Ranger picks it up.
the parry app. Canonize the coil. Overshoots a little. We got a new supporter. Thank you, Eer0 for the 21 month. Chain Lightning FoCuS gets a little bit of a revenge kill. Still a long way for 120 to get to level 2.
A level that he much needs. With camps, though, on his side, should be achieved momentarily.
Players' forces are under
We're on the way to tier 3. We got the first bestiary. No headhunters at the moment. Maybe it is going to be those wyvern.
So far, it's only one bestiary. He's a little short on gold for that. And with this all being contested, this is not the usual Shadowhunter creep manip. It's just regular creeping. Even a grunt in the mix here on Turtle Rock. And I'm still waiting for that second bestiary. Should be time now. He continues to build headhunters.
He's playing headhunters Neo. How do you like it?
You know, there's a couple of strategies I like a little bit more. You know, that might win. But it's good every once in a while to show the world how bad headhunter strategies are.
Yeah.
You know, without shadow, there's no light, basically.
Yeah. Berserker strats, like, not actually good enough in any matchup right now. It's crazy, right? A couple of years ago, Berserker strats tier 3 were dominating every matchup. And now, seemingly too weak everywhere. I don't want to get the chat too crazy up, but I think Berserker buff might not be the worst idea.
Ay, can of worms opened. We get a Shadowhunter and the Headhunters in. Kodo coming, tier 3, almost there. DK still far away from level 3, but at least he got the aura. We're going straight for the feed. That's a kill. TP away. Solid fight for FoCuS.
Almost was able to get a Chain Lightning kill there as well, but he gets the rest of the red camp. That is really good. Big item for him, big experience. With TC soon joining. Big problem though will be, when the Dark Ranger is 3, how do you manage not to get steamrolled by those skellies? That's always the big problem with the Berserkers.
And what can help them? I do not know. We got a TC third. The Magi goes to FoCuS. No experience for the DK whatsoever. Battle drums. Or Ancient Django. Big mana. Big invuln. That's some good items for FoCuS.
Absolutely. I love that he has the dust as well. He kind of forgot about that earlier. Came to cost him. Sells the Ancient Django. I wonder if we could have kept it as long as TC was level 1, but alright. Get the money in early, I guess. And he's progressing pretty nicely on the heroes. TC, though, still would need some levels.
There's a lot of experience on the right-hand side of Turtle Rock. He got the orange. He got 2 red spots as well. Here on the older version. And yeah, TC is coming. Destroyer upgrade as well, and FoCuS, while he would love to get all the creep spots, I'm pretty sure he knows that 120 is coming to his base soon.
DK scouting ahead, finds the Orc early on. Claws plus 8 found, by the way. Good item for the fast here.
And snare on the
Dark Ranger.
DR. Doesn't lead
It's
to
almost
anything.
3.
That's usually the death sentence for the Berserkers.
I think FoCuS would love to delay the fight here by like a minute. Then he would have 2 more damage upgrades from Kodo Aura and 1-0.
This time he has the TC with an Invul Potion. There is Stomp as he has the Endurance Aura already. Dark Ranger level 3 with the Turtle. Oh, 120, the puzzle pieces are coming together.
Not looking too great for FoCuS right now. Those skellies starting to become troublesome already, and it might just get worse. Ooh, nice split here on the Burzies, but one still goes down.
Heroes on the right-hand side might be a target for a triple silence down the road if you so desire. That stomp was lovely, but not just that great. Heal scroll used, Fiends about to fall. TC with an info potion and a stomp, but how do you heal that up? Coil right in time for the Destro, but only for a second. You can say about Headhunters what you want, but the damage output is really good, and the damage uptime is way too good because 120 doesn't find a way to threaten these Berserkers.
Lich is low mana. Without Nova, it's harder to find the kills. But there's one. Or was it even two? Skellies keep getting raised. TC healed up nicely after the Invo Potion. Back into the front line. Almost has the next stomp. But man, I say it all the time. Without Ring of Protection, this TC is just so frail.
He is. The coil missed, unfortunately. Fiend was frail there as well. FoCuS still with the supply lead, and their Berserkers are up. Raider can't be safe. That Fiend, though, the other Fiend, down in the ground. TC threatening more coils. I think FoCuS is taking the initiative.
And I think the big reason why 120 is doing rather poorly here is he doesn't have statues. Where the hell are the statues? He didn't lose any. He just didn't make enough.
In the slaughterhouse. Doesn't matter, though. Coil Nova is always ready with statue or without. Bull eliminated.
TC might have a tough game. He might just die over and over. Red Camp, though, gonna go to FoCuS. But in 120's quadrant right now, where he is sticking around, there's a lot more creeps. FoCuS has to go north, has to contest these camps. Can't just give them all away. But he also needs clarity. He also needs the TC back. Kind of an uncomfortable position right now.
Yeah, this would be the most brilliant moment to creep the TC up to 3. Or to contest. But if he's dead, he can't learn. And that's a bit of a problem, so we get Dark Ritual now, and this is the brilliant synergy of Dark Ranger, Black Arrow, Lich, Dark Ritual for infinite mana, and we even got statues now.
Yeah, those statues are huge. The great thing about the Blade Master is you can oftentimes take out statues with the orb, and also he has such high damage coming quickly with crits that the statues can't just out-heal it all easily. FoCuS has the supply lead, but I think that is misleading.
We got the flute on the Shadow Hunter plus 8 damage on these Headhunters. Not bad. Chain Lightning gets rid of the Fiend. This is a pretty wild start to the fight. Can we finally start the Skeleton Snowball?
Oh, good Nova there into the Headhunters. Heal scroll against it, but once they're gonna die, looks like more gonna fall. Looking for statue kills now. TC is missing dearly.
Here he comes with half mana. Need to stop these Fiends. DK still chasing. Good Destroyer Micro for the most part. Another Dispel in for a little bit of healing. Headhunters being chased. TC soaking up a lot of damage. No more Chain Lightning. No more Heal Wave. FoCuS is running out of consumables.
Yeah, didn't bring salves. That's a big oversight. He buys a TP here to get out if necessary. If this TP is forced, 120 gets all the creep camps here up in the north. That would be a disaster for FoCuS.
Yeah, can't really allow that. There is a Great Hall coming up. Not a tiny, but a regular one. Looks a little bit like a Spiral Expo, but we'll see about that if it ever comes up. It's a nice timing for that, of course. Stomp, sweet, TC, punished. How do you heal this bull up now?
I think he can only escape with the TP. What about the Shadow? Can he get away with the Hex trying to move out of there? Really good kills here being found by FoCuS, but he still has to leave. He doesn't have mana left. He's too low HP. He got a bunch of kills, but the camps up here still should be going to 120.
Yep, and then we're getting closer and closer to a level 3 Lich, which is a weapon of mass destruction versus Burzies. The good thing and the silver lining for FoCuS is, yeah, he can hold his ground in the fights. Very, very respectable engagements here. And Expo is 13 seconds off. So, I think this Expo is the win condition over the Undead Heroes.
There is a chance here, although I'm not loving FoCuS's creep position. As mentioned before, 120 can still take all the rest of the camps.
I love more subs. Thank you, Randy Watson, for the Prime.
Throw the beast could be quite nice as well for 1-2-0. He climbed back up to 50 supply. Slight supply lead here for him for a short time, but good catch. Fiend caught with the Raider.
Ooh, free Fiend kill is lovely, but the Headhunter is also very, very, very much exposed. That's number one. Shadowhunter has no mana potions, so the next heal wave is the last.
Dom comes in looking for the Fiend kill. Coil is ready. Not used yet. That kill is the level up. But the Berzies are getting beaten up and bruised and bloodied. Dark Ranger right now has Black Arrow turned off. Okay, now it's back on. That means more Skelly Boys.
Level 5 on the Farseer, really not that bad. There's so much mana still on that DK. Every coil could be a kill. And this is where the momentum shifts now with these powerful undead heroes. FoCuS needs mass against the undead heroes class.
Trying to retreat. Kodo Beast would be important to keep alive. Can't save it though. Kodo falls. Death Knight, however. Mass and Snare means trouble for him.
He might get hexed and then can't go for the invuln, but now he does. Level 3 Wolves, always good fodder for the Destroyer this spell. 1-2-0 is of course aware about that expansion now. He is under pressure, dealing with Wolves and Raiders, taking out damage and control. And where is the Coil Nova ending up on? The TC, fragile. Farseer, fragile. Shadowhunter, fragile. Berserkers, fragile.
Ouch.
This is a wipe.
Kind of a typical Undead versus Berserkers late game, to be honest. Seemed like FoCuS there had the chance with the expansion coming up. But now I see a lot of skeletons.
Hell yeah. Army of the Dead race. Peons are fodder. No fortification. In the game against Happy, FoCuS had a burrow here, and that saved the Expo. And now these peons might save 1-2-0 and bring all the normal damage that you need to tear down a Great Hall.
Level 3 Wolves over Chain Lightning. That's pretty surprising.
That is a choice. Just like Headhunters are a choice.
Yeah, maybe not the perfect one.
Yeah.
TC still in negative armor territory. He's taking so much damage. Yikes. GG.
Oh, man. Well, not saying that I'm surprised, Reamer. FoCuS held his ground quite nicely, and he fought well. This was a better Headhunter performance than I thought, but this is 1-2-0, knowing the win condition, strong Nova, strong Black Arrow.
What would be the best Warcraft pet to have? Like, out of all the creatures, I feel like Wyvern's pretty cool. Frostworm, you know, is really cool, but literally also cold. Riding a Frostworm, man, you're gonna have to put on, like, 5 pairs of socks.
Oh, in the summer, it would be so good, man. When it's way too hot outside, just call your Frostworm. Boom, minus 20 degrees.
Dude, that's actually the tech. Frostworm in the summer. Who do you need in the winter?
Yeah, who
Griffin.
needs AC?
Yo, Griffin, dude. Fluffy.
Oh, cuddling a Griffin would be nice. I'd also like to cuddle a Sasquatch.
A player's forces are under attack.
You have been weirdly obsessed with Sasquatches lately.
You know, look how pretty he is.
I saw on the Channel 5 video where they went on the Sasquatch hunt. Is that where you're going next year? Is that your vacation plan?
I watched that video as well. It is a... it's one of my favorites. We're
In
back
North
to Blade
America,
Master Craft.
Sasquatches are rare to see, but here we see them a lot. Might be fighting over it later. Blade Grunts versus Fiends, man. This is like the good old days.
It is the good old days, man. 2010 calling. We got a ring for FoCuS, got a circlet, both on level 2. DK not level 3 with that. Kinda nice. Yeah, this is an old school style that FoCuS has displayed as 1-2-0 is once again opening with Fiends. It's like a little time travel 15 years back. I almost feel like I got hair again.
Well, the nice thing about hair is if it stops growing in one place, it will start growing more in other places.
What would these places be?
Which can also keep you warm, you know? Great for the winter.
Well, I don't have to wait for the winter. It's minus 10 degrees outside and 20 centimeters of snow. But, yeah, that is surely correct.
I'm kind of jealous of the snow. Would love to have some snow here as well.
I can
mean,
send
it's
you
easy to
some.
say when there's no snow here and you don't have to shovel it.
I put it in the mail.
It feels like winter's over here.
A player's
Bye-bye winter. Winter is no longer coming.
Sedge. Lich is also coming.
He is here. Shadow on the way. Shadowhunter, normally in this matchup, you want to be solo creeping pretty quick. He's going to need that level 3 more than the Lich will. So being over-aggressive often turns out to be a mistake, you know, going for the Hex Hunt, if you don't find kills especially. FoCuS going for some Hex creeping. We know that he loves that.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much damage that he would have with Headhunters or Wyvern. So Blade Master needs to help for his own level 3 and that prolonged Windwalk duration. 1-0 smells this.
FoCuS doesn't yet know if it's Nova or Frost Armor. Oh, Frost Armor it is.
Noise, noise, noise. And with Raiders, Ensnare is around the corner. Way more control now, but it feels like the damage output is simply missing.
Yeah, with the speed scroll now over, the Frost Armor is really good. He does have a second speed scroll though.
And Ensnare is ready soon. Everybody wants the Sasquatch.
Oh, Hex, well timed. Blade Master looking for the steal, get it.
He does this so well.
And we got TC Berserkers. Yeah, this really is a blast from the past. This is what we used to play many, many years over.
Yeah, that's like, I don't know. Who were two good Orc and Undead players from back then? Lucifron versus Rain.
Happy was around as well back then, right?
Ay. This starts an argument now.
What's the argument?
Argument is that Happy is not one of the GOATs because he wasn't that competitive 15 years ago. So the players 15 years ago were arguably better.
But no Undead was competitive back then.
That doesn't matter to the people with that argument. I'm just repeating, I'm not of that opinion.
So they're saying that low-key, Happy's kind of a noob?
Kind of. And
cool.
the competition is just not that spectacular as it was back then. And also, there's also the subtext of you can't improve in 15 years, which is also fascinating always.
Interesting. Huh. Some people, huh?
Some people.
Wonders is looking pretty good with his army right now. He got level 3 DK, level 2 Lich, that's all he needs. I mentioned earlier, Shadowhunter, you need to start creeping him fast. He needs level 3. He doesn't have it. Blade got some good items, but I think 1-0 is looking way more fight ready here.
Bronze medal up for grabs. Gotta grab that brass ring and the bronze medal. It is, yeah, he's not fight ready at all. FoCuS is. Speed scroll disengage is sweet. Same for the Ensnare, but Lich can't reach. But yeah, we need levels in this horde.
Yeah, 2-2-1 ain't nothing to write home about. Orgrimmar not gonna be getting a letter today unless we find some more dings. But there's an Undead heading towards your main base. The burrow positioning is really good. Very hard to take out with that Fiend army.
Well, then let's take out the Makrura to level ourselves a little bit, eh? Mana potion, nice. Heal potion, super nice. Dark Ranger there, but not the crazy levels yet. TC coming in. Critical Stomp Ripper.
Yeah, big mistake here by 1-0. Does he not have Destroyer form?
He does. Not using that yet. No Wand of Negation either. Oh, he predicted that Ensnare, unfortunately, on the wrong Fiend. So down it goes. FoCuS with a lot of momentum.
Lich back, but with no mana. Dark Ranger also going to go down 1-0. Really messing up this attack. My goodness.
That was the big potion. Critical Strike is looking better and better. Love that FoCuS went for crit 2. Windwalk doesn't help that much. Couple of Raiders falling there. Always a magnet to Coil Nova. Still, chase is on. If we get one more Hex or Ensnare in, Lich might be dead here. But yeah, 1-0 dodging a bullet, it seems.
FoCuS with that. Seems to be back in the game. How is there still no Destroyer? There it is, finally. A little bit late. Looking for the Purge as the Blade Master. Unlucky. Not getting it. It wasn't a statue, otherwise would have been a first hit Purge, of course.
Kodos didn't eat that much just yet, and mana is looking pretty atrocious for FoCuS. With no Raider in for Ensnare. Now there is. Might be a difficult retreat, and I'm not too sure if he should take that fight, actually.
Yeah, one just has the big mana potion. Good Ensnare. Almost a kill on the Destroyer.
There it
Does
is.
Fiend kills. But it's some exchanges being found. Some return kills for 1-2-0 on the chase. Would love to take out a Kodo right here.
Right on. Neither of them did devour this entire series. We do have a Stomp. With that, the chase should be over. Trying to save some mana. Not too shabby either. Oi, that Stomp was a beauty. Does he have healing on the Blade? The Blade brings the damage. All the Orc damage there is. Invo Potion. Oh, he really wants that Lich again, but doesn't get a proc on the Frost Armor.
1-0 now, chasing. Nova Coil. That is supposed to be easy kill. Doesn't even need the coil, actually. Gets the kill regardless. Yeah, once you run out of mana as the Orc, things start looking a lot less impressive.
It is a bit problematic when the Undead has the statue in the fight and the Orc does not. There's a shop, so he can stack up on heal potion and clarity, something that FoCuS did really well in the semi-final versus Happy. TC went to the shop for the invul. Dark Ranger says, "You shall not pass," but he passes anyway. Has to use the Stomp, and now a mana potion or a clarity is necessary.
Yeah, the Stomp is one of the biggest playmaking tools, so baiting out some to no effect is big. In that fight where he got the kill and then was chasing, it felt like, why does the TC have so many Stomps? And the reason was he had the pendant. But now he was out of mana, so now he sells it. Not really worth going for mana pots on the TC. I think that does make sense. And 1-0 now finally adding the late game tech edition. Banshees soon to join.
And Silence coming in as well. 1-0 gets better and better solutions and better levels. That Lich is now level 3. Dark Ranger level 2. FoCuS has to catch up. No heal wave second. But big item here. Maybe that adds to the sustain that was dearly lacking before.
FoCuS setting up an outpost again. Trying to go for an expansion. As the TC is getting some really valuable solo XP. Oh, this is great. Hits that level 3. Got the Ankh for safety. I wonder if we shouldn't put the ring on the TC, by the way.
You love a ring on your bull, and you rightfully so. We are, of course, waiting for a big grand final after this game for third. The intermission, Happy and Life will go toe-to-toe for the World Championship of Warcraft 3. Who is the best gamer in the world today? Decided in the one and only best of 7 in this tournament. But yeah, first we gotta decide who grabs the bronze medal. FoCuS is making a good case for himself here in game 4. And again, win condition Expo that he's preparing left-hand side.
No info potion on the Lich. Looks a little bit greedy, a little bit risky. Got some bonus HP at least from the Periapt. And now we got the map almost crept up. Are we gonna see the Tiny by FoCuS? He's got the 600 Gs.
Well, that surely is an indicator. 3-3-3 heroes that helped before. Dark Ranger also, though. The Makrura is giving the Dark Ranger level 3. Ain't that nice? It's like 1-0 pays homage to Soul 8, man.
Yeah, big level up here for the DR for sure. Ring also good for the DK in the late game. Oh, look at 1-0's main base. He misclicked the Acolyte. He's not mining.
Oh, for how long? 3,700? It's not that much yet, 170. But yeah, we've seen this before. And it will take some time until he realizes that.
Also, did he cancel the temple?
There is no temple. I guess so.
Okay. FoCuS now looking in a good position. He's got the Expo mining. He's got a nice defensive setup over here. Would love to add some Taurens now.
And here they come with Ancestral Spirit too. He spent a lot of time and no upkeep. Invo Potion on 2 heroes. Ankh on the Blade. Fortified position. Burrow, Shop, Tower. It's all there. And 1-2-0. A pretty one-dimensional army that is not necessarily good at cracking buildings.
Got the supply lead at the moment, going for the Death Knight right away. Coil Nova on the blade, lots of damage taken. That Ankh might be triggered soon. Insane stomp, hitting the entire army. Absolutely phenomenal. TC has a mana potion now, missing that pendant of energy. 1-0 kiting backwards.
Whee, but it's hard to do against the Storm. Blade Master's taking control of that fight. Damage-wise, Raider far forward being sacrificed, but the damage output for 1-0 is minimal. We got a silence, we got a Blade dead, but he had that Ankh, as Remo said.
Next stomp, next few kills. Question here is about the mana. What can FoCuS do when the mana runs out? He doesn't have too much left, to be honest.
Yep, but he's taking advantage here. Level 4 on the Blade. TC has no invul no more. Didn't use the mana potion to prolong that fight. And the shop, unfortunately, went down early, so it will take some time to recover for FoCuS.
Supply very even. 1-0 trying now to crack the defensive towers. Torrent finally in the army, but FoCuS needs mana. He needs mana real bad. Double mana potion picked up.
3 in total. Blade still has that invuln. Blade still has the damage. Burrow, the peons are suffering. Only 2 survive. TC needs a big impact stomp here, but the Dark Ranger should be ready with the... Oh, no mana for silence. Well, then epicenter storms happen.
Blade Master goes down, though the heal wave on cooldown. The Blade couldn't save himself in any way. And that is a big damage dealer now dead. TC might be following. The Ring of Protection not on him. The TC getting run down. Ted Fiends to victory today for 1-0. Maybe not in the semifinal, but in the third place decider, looking to take it right here and now.
Oh man, poor FoCuS. I mean, he had an invul potion. There was a way to save that Blade. Bit unfortunate. Now Shadowhunter on the menu trying to break through to the tavern, but no access to the tavern here today. After an atrocious game 1, 1-0, is able to find his game again, and he takes the bronze medal. An unfortunate, sad and disappointing final day for FoCuS. The Undeads, as so often, in his way.